Hey guys, this is Sarah from Emerald City Creations and Emerald City Hoop Troop, and I'm here today to teach you some basic isolations. I'm going to go over a two-handed basic isolation, and then I'm going to go over a single-handed isolation forwards and then backwards. So isolations are one of the first things I encourage beginner hoopers to learn. They're really great for a number of reasons. Not only can you build a ton of moves off of your isolations and create so many variations and transitions, but it's also really great as a beginner because isolations force you to understand your hoop, to get a better awareness of how your hoop balances and how it reacts to your body. It also is going to teach us some basic hand grips and help us start figuring out our planes. So I'm going to start with the double-handed isolation. I like starting with this one instead of the single-handed version because you're always going to have a hand on the hoop. You're always going to have a nice grip, and therefore I think it's a little less frustrating to start out with. So I'm a right-handed hooper. This white wristband is to signify my right hand for you guys. So if you get lost and can't tell if I'm going from the right to the left, just look for the white, and it stands for right. So we're going to start with a inside of the hoop grip. So I'm going to go palm down with my right hand, grab the hoop, and I'm going to actually rest my thumb on the back side of the hoop and kind of let it just lay along the side of the hoop. So right hand down, my hoop is nice and flat, so I'm not letting it go forwards or backwards to hit me in the face. We're just going to have a nice strong grip. We're going to try to keep your arm straight as we begin this move. You're going to push your hoop, leading with that thumb that's out across your body. So we're going to start in the center, cross your body, and then we're going to bend our elbow just slightly as we get to the top in order to keep it in this nice circle. If you're having a hard time seeing if you're still in a circle, it's difficult to do when you're just sitting here hooping. I really suggest doing it in front of a mirror or a shiny building or something where you can see your reflection, just to make sure that hoop is staying in a circle and isn't going way out to the sides. But we're going to push up and across. We're going to get to the top, bending the elbow just slightly, and then we're going to go pinky pinky. So you're going to grab with your left hand inside of the hoop, pinky's almost touching, and then you're going to let go of your right hand and you're going to push or pull. I like to think of this part as a pull back to the center with your left hand and pinky leading back to the base. So we're going to push up, thumb is leading with your right hand to the top. Going to go pinky pinky, switch hands. Pinky is going to lead as you pull the hoop back down to the center. You notice my arms are staying nice and straight when I do my cross. So when I go across my body, it's straight. Arm is only going to bend a little bit when you get to the top, just to keep the hoop in a nice circle. So when you get comfortable with this, going pointer finger, or thumb, thumb at the base, switching hands, pushing up, pinky, pinky at top, pulling back down, then you've got the first move. So practice this one, get comfortable with it, start, kind of feel how the hoop moves and how much you have to hold on to the hoop or not hold on to the hoop to keep it in that nice circle shape. So once you get good at that, we're going to go to a single-handed one. I'm going to still use my right hand, so I'm going to be right hand, inside grip, thumb is supporting in the back. I'm going to push up just like before, but when we get to the top and have this elbow bend again is when it's going to get tricky. We're actually going to completely let go of the hoop, and it's just going to roll from your pointer finger across the back of your hand to your pinky finger and keep rolling until you are palm up, back on that inside of the hoop grip, and you're going to pull back down to the center. So it's a push, let the hand flip, keep flipping, and pull to the center. This is really hard to do slow. You really have to balance the hoop in order to make it go slow, and the hoop can get a little wonky when you do that. But it's hard to do it fast if you don't have the motion down. So what you can do is kind of grab onto your hoop with your left hand if you need to, just to hold it there. Roll the hand, grab on, let go with your left hand, and keep pulling, just so you can start to get that pattern and that muscle memory down. When you get comfortable with the roll, and you can start doing it faster and faster, then try letting go of your hoop, or even just having your hand here as a just in case. You can even kind of let it just glide along your hand in the palm as you learn this move. I'm going to show you the hand flip a little closer up, because I know it can be kind of hard to see and understand. So I'm going to show you first here. I'm going to hold on to my hoop with my left hand just so it stays in a nice spot and isn't going all wonky for you guys. So I'm pushing, my right thumb is up, I'm pushing across my body. I get to the top of my hoop, I let go, I roll it across the top of my hand, pinky, and then I go palm up again. This is a really awkward position with your elbow if you can't tell, but that's just something you're gonna have to get used to. But when we finish our roll, we're gonna grab on and go back down. So it's a pull or a push up, roll, grab, pull back to the front. If we are looking from an aerial view from above, same thing. We're pushing, I get to the top of the hoop, I let go, I roll it, and when I roll my hoop, I like to roll it between my pointer finger and my thumb. There's this really nice groove in your hand that is actually perfect for rolling your hoop. You'll find this is really helpful when you get to chest rolls eventually. I know that seems like in forever, but you will get there. So when we push up, you're gonna roll it in that nice groove. It's gonna roll across the back of your hand, come back around, and you're gonna grab on, thumb is facing down, and you're gonna push down. So you get to the top, thumb is facing you, roll, grab, and push. So, when you get fast, remember to actively pull the hoop back to the ground or back in front of you to your starting position. If you push and then you don't grab on and pull right away, your hoop's going to get a little wonky. So as soon as you flip your hand, grab onto it nice and strong and actively pull it back into that straight arm position. Straight and straights. If you're feeling like your hoop's really getting wonky back and forth, remind yourself to use that thumb in the back for support. I feel like when I do this move, most of the time I'm grabbing almost with my first two fingers, my pointing finger, my middle finger, and my thumb is where most of my grip is. So really use that thumb to your benefit. If you're trying to hold your thumb down, your hoops just kind of fall forward, come back and hit you in the face, which is never fun. But yeah, so I'm trying to think if there's any really good pointers or advice I could give. If you get frustrated with the single-handed one, go back to doing the double-handed one, or give yourself some support like I was saying here, and slowing the move down. The muscle memory will come. If you really are frustrated with the move one night, don't just sit there and bang your head against the wall. Move on to something else. If you're a brand new beginner, I would highly suggest then going and trying out weaves. Weaves are a great help if you're frustrated with isolations because you're doing the off-body stuff. But weaves I have found to be a little bit easier to learn. So if you get frustrated with one thing, go work on something else. And then sometimes when you wake up the next morning, you might pick up your hoop and be like, oh, I guess I'll try this one more time. And the muscle memory might just be there, and it might be a whole lot easier than it was the night before. Something will just click. So just wait for that aha moment. It's really worth it when you get it. But it's frustrating at the time when you're learning. Once you've mastered the double-handed and the single-handed, you can go backwards. So this is a normal single-handed for my right. I'm going across, up and over, leading with my thumb. If you want to go backwards, we're going to lead with our pinky. So you're going to go out to the side, roll, and come down. Pinky leads the entire time. So if you're feeling daring or have really mastered the other two, go ahead and give the backwards one a try. But it's really good to learn things on your right and your left hand as well. So if you get good on your right hand, try going on your left. Mine is a little bit harder for me. I really need to practice my left more. But it's good to learn it in both ways. Then you can do some really interesting things. And if you ever want to double hoop, it'll be a lot easier when that time comes to double hoop. But yeah, so have fun with this isolations. Let me know if you have any troubles with them. It's going to be frustrating at first. I hated isolations at first, and now they are one of my very favorite things to do. Yeah, give me a holler if you have questions or if anything was confusing, and I will try my best to answer them in a way that makes sense. So I hope you have a good time. Bye.